It's an exciting time to be an X-Men fan because, well, we're finally getting Marvel's animated X-Men 97 series on Disney+. And since we're all mutant and proud, I've decided to celebrate by giving you a sequel to my top 10 X-Men villain power demonstrations in movies. You know the drill. Like, share and subscribe and enjoy the ride. I still maintain that these bad boys are the creepiest looking villains throughout the entire X-Men franchise. Apart from their scary designs, the Sentinels are equipped with adaptive powers that pretty much make them indestructible against humans. I know that's hard to believe, but if you look at the intro to Days of Future Past, I'm pretty sure you'd agree. Just look at them go! They managed to kill off Sunspot, Iceman, Blink, Storm, Bishop, and even the legendary Magneto in the latter half of the film. That's when you know that these robot fiends ain't messing around and they stir a genuine sense of panic after showing off their impressive skills. This was probably the only time in my entire life where I'd say that I'm better off being a human than a mutant because, man, those deaths sure look painful. We all love ourselves a classic femme fatale, and Viper was pretty much the closest thing we got in the X-Men franchise ever since the Avatar Queen Mystique came along with her sultry good look and multiple identities. Now, Viper's got a whole range of skills that would make even Poison Ivy nervous. However, what really stood out to me was her ability to shed her skin like it was no big deal, like when she's hit by that arrow in the final battle. The visual of her peeling off her own face was some real extra creepy stuff. And if that wasn't bad enough, she also went bold and put up a great fight against our heroes. It's a very convenient power to possess because you're basically immune to any skin-related problems. Also, do you remember her kiss of death? Yeah, I'm much better off being single than risking my life for that kind of action. Stop! I got you there, didn't I? I mean, there is one more scene from this disaster of a movie that I want to discuss, and that's when Jean loses control in front of Scott and sends everyone flying away. I mean, to be fair to Jean here, it was kind of Scott's fault because he was the one who brought up the Phoenix again when she was just trying to have a nice time. This triggers some painful memories, and I'm sure one of them included Sophie Turner's participation in the Game of Thrones finale. Jean watches a weird dance unfold in front of her and she's had enough. So she tries to stop the charade with a brief glimpse of what the Dark Phoenix is truly capable of. You know what? I wonder if they could use her in the new House of Dragon series. I'm sure Jean could give those dragons a run for their money. Everyone wants to be Magneto. Well, maybe, except Logan, I guess. However, he does have one huge fanboy in Riptide who tries to show off his tornado skills in front of the future granddaddy, hoping that he gets noticed. The display is scary, considering he's able to whip up tornadoes as if he's trying to make some coffee, and the overall damage he causes is considerable. I mean, he was able to disrupt Eric's own power display when he lifted a damn submarine by himself. He also goes on to show some more of his windy energy later when he battles Professor X's mutant team. But let's be honest here, he was criminally underrated in the movie. Yeah, I know, he's getting nothing on the OG Halle Berry version of Storm, but he does deserve some credit, yeah? Like, they didn't even give him a single line of dialogue. No wonder that dude was so pissed off.
At the same time,
I could use a man of your talents. I'm in.
Not everyone will remember Multiple Man, and to be honest, neither did I till I rewatched part 3 of the X-Men trilogy. I don't think we appreciate how awesome that dude's powers really are. Like, he can make so many versions of himself that he can pretty much be in different cities at the same time. His powers can be best summed up when you look at his little encounter with the humans when they think they've finally got Magneto and his brotherhood cornered in the forest. But then they're in for a big surprise when all the bodies start to retreat and all that's left is the Master of Clones. Bruh, that was such a good troll that it left everyone in shock and awe. I swear, this takes DJ Khaled's trademark slogan to a whole nother level.
Okay. I give up.
Well, here's another villain who's got the same powers as the good guys. Lady Deathstrike always looked like one of those intimidating Karens you'd find at Comic-Con, and she sure proved that point when she lets out her adamantium nail claws in her battle against Wolverine, and she did not disappoint. It was super thrilling to see a female villain go to town on everyone's favourite anti-hero and give him a serious run for his money. Her flexes didn't stop there either. The boss woman also shows Logan that she can regenerate just as quickly as he can. Yeah, we all knew he was in trouble from that moment onward. Luckily, Hugh Jackman manages to retain the title of the world's deadliest claws when he soaks her up in so much liquid adamantium that you'd think she belonged in Wakanda. Thank God Ultron still isn't a thing, right? I don't want to sound mean here, but Dark Phoenix does sound like an appropriate title for this movie because it clearly never saw a bright future. Okay, look, jokes aside, we did get to see some awesome power demonstrations, most of them obviously coming from Jean Grey herself, and one that really stands out is the opening scene where she absorbs a goddamn solar flare all by herself. Yeah, I might not be a fan of the movie, but if you had to flex your powers, I don't see a better way to do it than this. First, Jean sends Nightcrawler back to the ship, and then she takes the flare like a total queen, even though it ends up in a massive explosion. Poor Cyclops can't even catch a break, but that's when we see that she survived. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this film in a positive light. My hatred for this character knows no bounds, but hey, you can't be mad at Ryan Reynolds after he gave us the Deadpool we all need and deserve. While I might not be a fan of what 21st Century Fox did with the iconic assassin, I can't really complain about the crazy amounts of power they gave him. He's got Wolverine's ability to regenerate, along with the legendary adamantium claws. Then he's got Cyclops' level optical beams, and the dude can also teleport, like Nightcrawler. Yeah, I know his powers in the movie come from will.i.am's John Wraith, but let's be honest here, Black Eyed Peas ain't relevant anymore, are they? But yeah, Deadpool's powers are simply at a whole nother level in this amazing final battle, and you can't help but give credit where it's due. I mean, the man was able to take on the freaking Wolverine and Sabretooth at the same time, and he didn't even break a sweat. Well, at least we don't have to worry about seeing him anymore. Speaking again, I think I'll actually watch the first movie again now that it's on Disney+.
3.
Magneto is the kind of villain who makes you want to watch his deadly sins because he looks so damn good while committing them. There are, of course, lots of moments to choose from, but one that instantly comes to mind is the coin toss scene with Shaw. Look, I know he's supposed to be the bad guy, but Charles already had him frozen with his mind. I'm sure there were other ways to deal with the dude. Well, Eric had other plans in mind, so we decided to play an old game with Shaw where they toss a coin to decide who lives. It's not a pretty sight, because poor old Professor X is the one who must bear the pain of a coin passing through his freaking skull, but it's an awesome sequence that highlights the power of the OG X-Men rivals. I do understand that Magneto had a score to settle, but come on bro, really gotta do him dirty like that? For a guy who just declared his hatred for this film, I do kind of sound like a hypocrite now, don't I? I mean, I've just given it the top honours on my list. I mean, I guess it just goes to show that I treat all these entries equally and without prejudice. The scene in question here is the big final attack in Dark Phoenix, where Jean goes bonkers and decimates the alien enemies even after getting stabbed right through the heart. It's a compelling sequence that seriously establishes her true potential, and it only goes a step further when Vuk tries to steal her powers, but it backfires on her big time. It simply proves that you can't mess with a redhead queen, and I'm sure that the OG Jean would also approve of this behavior. Well, it's like Beyonce would say. And there you go, that's my list. Head over to the description for some exclusive links. Alright then, I'll see you next time on the TV Regions.